childcare obviously is a critical issue, and we're challenged because we have a lot of families, especially single-parent families, that are working, and yet the wages or the salary that they make is not enough to be able to afford the cost of childcare. Another dilemma that we have is people who are wanting to get further education. I think we can all agree that in general, the more education, post-secondary education you get, your skills are such that you're more likely to get a better paying job. And there's limited resources to helping people access childcare while they're in school. So these are some of the challenges that we face. Groups like the Early Childhood Coalition of Larimer County, with their economic impact study, I think that's really important, because one of the things they're focusing on is making the business case for why we need to develop partnerships and other kinds of smart, creative things to help address this issue. So they're going out, as well as groups like the Colorado Children's Campaign, to show what the economic impacts are. First of all, by the industry, childcare, people who provide childcare services, whether it's not-for-profit or for-profit, the impacts on our local economy, but then also the negative impacts on our local economy if, in terms of turnover, in terms of folks not being able to do their jobs well, and so forth. So supporting those efforts are really critical. There was mention of the CCAP program, the Colorado Child Care Assistance Program. One aspect of that is really kind of crazy is this thing referred to as the cliff effect. You know that a lot of these things are based on eligibility. And as it turns out, and we've made some progress to address the cliff effect, you earn a certain amount of money and then you're no longer eligible for any type of child care assistance. And we've heard of stories, it's crazy, frankly. We've heard of stories where individuals have had to turn down raises because otherwise they would lose their child care support. So we need to better address the cliff effect. We also need to focus on asset building. For example, the Fort Collins Housing Authority has a program where if you're getting, let's say, Section 8 housing or public housing, and you are working and your income changes, rather than having your rent increase automatically, you pay 30% of your income towards rent, that's put into an escrow account, and that allows you to build up assets, and I think that's important. We need to also push the federal government and us at the state level, but to put more dollars into the child development block grants, because ultimately we are going to need more dollars to address this problem.